Hey y'all, welcome to Fangirl Echo Chamber. The elephant in the room is that we've been on an unofficial hiatus for a month because I've been moving.
We are so back, people.
We are so back. I don't have my setup, but I'm sitting on a box. That's
I didn't know that.
I'm maintaining an illusion of this being a good setup. This is like I'm literally like propped up on boxes right now because we're in bad straits. But
that's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz. Like we had to record the pod, so gotta do what you gotta do.
It had to be done.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the last 4 weeks. Let's see what we come up with. I think I had like 5 people's princesses, but I've narrowed them down to 2.
Mine is 2 people as 1, so.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna start with women's sports. Women's sports is like, I don't know. I feel like it's like a hot topic right now, like both politically, culturally, all the things. And one of my people's princesses is the coach of the Minnesota Lynx, because I don't know if people have been like following, but there's like a really horrible person in the WNBA named Sophie. Oh my God, I forgot her last name. Wow, she's like so inconsequential to me, actually. Sophie Cunningham, I think. Yeah, Sophie Cunningham. She plays for the Indiana Fever, and she's like really on her turf shit. Like she's really like fucking buckling down on the like no trans women in sports. Like we're quote unquote protecting women and women's sports. It's actually fucking bullshit, especially with the number of like queer and trans people, queer people in the WNBA in women's basketball. As a former women's basketball player, I'm sorry, like everyone you fucking work with, play with is in the queer community adjacent. Like shut the fuck up. Sorry, I'm like so angry about this because she's become like, she's also a terrible fucking player. Like genuinely.
At least be good.
At least be good. At least be good. She's terrible. She's literally like out there to foul. Like genuinely, like, and she's MAGA's favorite, right? Like,
of course, as they do.
I posted a TikTok like 2 weeks ago about how I hope that I said something like, if God is real, Sophie Cunningham's Achilles will snap in the next 24 hours. I don't think that's that violent. She's like doing stuff to actual people. You know what I mean? Like her thing is like actually causing harm out in the world. And Achilles, like, she be back in a year and a half? You know, if I truly had the power to like,
the recovery times are better now.
I know. Anyways, everyone's acting like I'm going to hell, which, like, if I'm going to hell, it's not for that post.
I've said worse things about Klay Thompson.
I said way worse things about Klay Thompson, and Sophie Cunningham arguably deserves worse than Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? Like she's doing things that will like actually affect like young trans people, like young people in sports who are like under enough of a microscope already. And like, anyways, I'm just like really pissed off. But the reason I bring this up is that the Minnesota Lynx's coach, when they were playing the Fever, wore like a shirt that said like protect trans kids. And I just like think that's one of those things the WNBA is like, there are people in the league who will actually speak up against like shit like this. Like I feel like that's not always true in professional sports. Like there might be like a small like number of people who like quietly don't agree with like stuff like that's happening, like when people are being discriminatory or oppressive or whatever. But like this is like the coach of the best team in the league right now wearing that shirt while they're playing against the team. And like she had like a heated conversation with Sophie before the game too. And like I don't know, I just like, it's one of those things where it's like what Sophie's doing, what the MAGA doesn't care about the WNBA. Like they're like literally like
why did you decide now?
Well, okay, you know what's really funny? And this is not really funny, but like, you know Jesse Waters, the Fox News host, like plastic,
yes,
orange.
Yes.
Okay. Jesse Waters is a horrible fucking person, right? He has said some of those violent things you've ever heard on Fox News, right? Even he on Fox News was like, why are we talking about the WNBA? Like he was like, he literally, quote unquote, was like, we don't even cover the NBA. Why are we talking about the WNBA?
So funny. He was like, women in sports. Let's just throw it all away. He's like, trans women in sports, women. Period.
Where he drew the line was like, I just like really want to stop talking about women in sport. Like, it was like, I don't even want to. I was like, I don't even want. It was actually like one of those things where I'm like, no, literally, why are y'all talking about this? Like, genuinely, like it's so, I'm so fucking tired of it. I want everyone to shut the fuck up unless you're being a good person, which I feel like the Lynx's coach is, and like several other people too. But like, I don't know. Anyways, I just want to shout her out because I think that's the thing about the WNBA in particular is like people will actually do something about it. They won't just like let it fucking happen. And there's all this hoopla around women's sports right now, and like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yes, more people are watching, but it's come with this like other stuff where it's like, I don't know, maybe just stop fucking talking about us. Like, genuinely, you don't give a fuck. Like, this is just your new culture war bullshit to get at trans people, and it's fucking disgusting. So I just wanted to mention that because that is mostly what I'm thinking about when it comes to like online shit. And then the other people's princess, I know we always say Hudson Williams, but specifically, I am just like,
he's just everything. Like, what are we supposed to do?
When I say people's princess, Hudson Williams burning the paparazzi shit on the street without like, well, trying
with
to
his lighter. Yeah,
he couldn't get the lighter.
He couldn't get it to work. Right,
he couldn't get it to work.
And usually that would be an ick. Like that would
be an ick.
If for any other person. And somehow I watched that video and I came out of it and I was like, nope, still him.
Still him. And like also like I just want to shout out like his partner too. Like I think that they are so good together because they can both let this shit roll off their back, but they're not like, I don't care about it. They're not like letting the shit go. Like they're not just like letting people talk to them crazy, but like they are like funny about it.
Yeah.
Like Caitlyn made like a new public Instagram, and I think it still is, but at least like a week ago her Instagram bio was Nepo girlfriend, and then like she like she pinned the like worst hate comment on her first post. Like she was just like pinned it to the top, which I was like, that's one of those like small things where I'm like, I think I fuck with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you know how to be famous.
You know how to be yeah, and like it doesn't really feel like she gives a fuck, but it's like she's also like, I'm not gonna let that stop me from like doing my shit and like being with my partner in public, like whatever. Like I'm just, and she's like seems cool as hell. Like she always looks great. Like she always
looks cool.
She always looks cool. I'm obsessed with the fact that like she's like covered her boyfriend in tattoos about her. Like I don't know. I just think that like I think they're cool, and I love their attitude towards the paparazzi. Like it's both Connor and Hudson are like inundated with people following them, and like people are like pap walk. I can't say that, pap walk. But like I don't care. Like I think that they're genuinely being fucking harassed, and like they have the right to say when they are being harassed, and like they approach it in a very funny way, I think. So still Hudson Williams, but specifically him trying and failing to burn that thing in the street with his lighter
or whatever it was. On the topic of Hudson Williams, I saw something that literally pissed me the fuck off, which is obviously okay, so hilarious that there's like this like topic even, but you know the song by Harry Styles that's called like Season 2 Weight Loss?
Yeah.
And the reason it's called that is because like people will have one season of a show and then like come back and like they lose a lot of weight because now they can afford a trainer or whatever. Like the heated rivalry version of that is like them coming back as like full on like muscle daddies, like fully bulked and all of this.
Yeah.
But like obviously Hudson Williams has like put on so much muscle since last season to this season, and people were mad because they were like, oh, like they were like fat shaming him for being like too muscly. Because like,
what?
Yeah, I was like, are you stupid? Because they were like, well, Shane's character is supposed to have an eating disorder in the long game, so he's like too bulky. blah blah blah. And I was like, can you people rest?
One, can you people rest? But I'm also like, okay, I'm gonna be an asshole for a second. Okay, a lot of these people, and I'm talking about these people as a group that specifically say stuff about this about Shane, is that they treat Shane like a 13-year-old girl on Tumblr. Okay, Shane Hollander is a professional athlete.
Like, of course he's gonna have muscle.
He's canonically the best hockey player in the fucking league. He is not going to present an eating disorder the same way that you did or I did or anyone did when we were fucking 15. This is not Tumblr ED. I'm sorry.
He has whatever illness gym bros have, which is that they become so good at tracking their macros, etc.
Yes.
That they actually can be built and bulky, and they can bulk and they can cut, etc. But the problem is that he's obsessed.
He has an unhealthy relationship with food. Yeah. It's not going to present the same way.
He's actually going to be able to perform at his maximum while still going through this because it's all connected.
Yeah, and not to be all like male loneliness epidemic, but this is genuinely one of those things where I'm like, y'all are misunderstanding this archetype of a man and what makes it such an issue for them, because their bodies are performing at the highest level in the like masculine athletic way that they want to. Like he's in the ways that people, sorry, I'm getting into psychiatry or whatever, like people talk about like, you know, like for women, especially white women online, like you get affirmations for an eating disorder because people tell you how thin you are, or like people are like, oh my god, you look great, like whatever. A similar thing is happening with these, you know, like his trainers are telling him you're in the best shape of your life, like you're performing so much better, you're winning, like all this stuff is like
it's just validating him.
Yeah, all these men that you think look so fit, a lot of them have a really unhealthy relationship with food, and it's a misunderstanding of like I see this a lot with Shane online too, of people thinking like, oh, he's not a jock, he's like different. I'm like, stop baby girlifying him, like he's an athlete.
He's an athlete. This is his job. And of course the actor portraying him will need his own look to correspond with that. Yes. It is crazy to me. It's crazy that people were like, I thought he was going to bulk and then go on a cut and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, what are you people talking about? Like, are you the casting agent? Are you the director? Like, you have no right to be like, oh, well, this character needs to look like this and this and this and this and this. And
also,
like, well,
genuinely,
you should get a job at Crave.
Yeah, and also like even the bulk cut stuff. Like, if we're really gonna get into the gym bro shit, as a former gym bro, they lose weight as they're filming. So like they talk about if filming is like 6 weeks, right?
Yeah,
they're going to be like at the biggest they. I'm like validating all this shit. Like they're going to be at the biggest they are at the beginning of filming, and they're not going to be like eating 400 grams of protein every day and working out the same way that they did during filming. So they're like they want to be the biggest that they can at the beginning of filming, so they're still like
they still have they have what they need. Yes, I understand what you
know what I mean. Like, so it's like people just like are talking out of their ass. Like that's genuinely what they are talking. Like, they are genuinely talking out their ass about so much shit. And like also even just to bring in the sports stuff of it, like it is actually very normal for rookies to come in skinny in some ways and then gain bulk and muscle over the course of their careers, right? So in terms of like the season 1 to season 2 actor versus the rookie early career versus vet who has like millions of dollars, it's actually a very similar transition of like you have trainers at season 2. Okay, so do the fucking like athletes. Like you see that a lot of times. Like they actually like get more fit, more bulky, stronger in their 3rd, 4th, 5th year than they do coming into the league. So like I think it's stupid. I think the whole thing is really stupid.
I was just like, you guys are so dumb. I can't even engage with this in good faith. You know, when you're also like actually you're so stupid that I need to log out of the app. Like I forgot that everyone has access to this app.
The conversation about Shane's eating disorder on line is
It is
horrible.
so
Horrible. New word.
Yeah, we just
new
need
word.
a new word for it because it's reached a new height. Like it literally, I cannot.
I don't know if you saw this, but Rachel Reed at some point did this interview where she was like, I haven't defined what Shane has as an eating disorder. I don't necessarily think that he has an eating disorder. And everyone got so mad at her because they were like, oh, he clearly has an eating disorder. Like, you're like, you're downplaying it, whatever. And like, I don't know. I think there's something there where it's like, I do consider what Shane exhibits, and especially the long game, as disorder eating and an unhealthy relationship with food. But also, like, I kind of get what Rachel's saying, where she's like, I'm not having him go through like a diagnosis. I'm not having him like, and this happens a lot of times with romance, right? Like you have a character exhibiting traits of something, but they're not necessarily showing them going through like the diagnosis or recovery of it. Right? Like, and we don't actually know what happens with Shane at the end of that. So anyways, like, I just think that like the way they're even attacking Rachel for portraying him the way that she did is like really wild to me, because I think people often ask for representation in romance, and then you get that representation and they're like, oh, it's like shallow, it's not fully fleshed out. And it's like, yeah, this is not nonfiction. This is like kind of like a representation of how someone who is in this experience might approach this, which I don't think is necessarily being a professional athlete and someone diagnosing you with an ED because you have an unhealthy relationship with food. I think it's actually more realistic that that's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Genuinely, like, and I maybe people will disagree with me about that. I think that's problematic, but I just think that it's like we ask a lot of like, I don't know, like specificity, or like I don't know, like as if like a psychiatrist should write this, and I don't think that that's really like how it would ever happen with a storyline like this. And I don't know if you would love it either. I don't know if you would.
It's not as interesting, honestly, because here's the thing. I think a lot of the time when people ask for representation, and I think that I'm at fault for this too, is what we want actually is more like a learning module.
Yeah.
Like we want it to be an educational experience for the audience to understand what someone of this identity might go through.
Yeah.
When actually representation looks like someone showing up where they might have signs of an eating disorder or whatever it may be, and showing that they're still worthy of love and they can still have a happy ending and end up with someone, and they can have like, they can be a work in progress. Like it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to come through a conclusion the same way like another injury might, or the same way that someone who's fully actualized in their identity is. Like, you're not like, either you watch a piece of media that is directly about that, right? Like if the premise of the show is an athlete going through an eating disorder and he is on his way to recovery, then of course you would get a fully fleshed out version of that. But if you want it to be represented in characters and in stories that aren't directly about the source material or like educational to that purpose, it's not going to make sense. I think we do this a lot with Mindy Kaling's work.
Yeah, probably.
We do.
Yeah.
And I do it all the time. I'm like, Mindy always writes these Indian characters that are like so overly sexual, and I just don't relate to them, and I feel like that's a miss. But the thing is it's not her job to like write to an Indian fangirl that moved from San Antonio to Houston to Austin to, like that. Then it's like, okay, then I want her to represent me. Not I want her to represent someone with my identity, Yeah.
Right. And I think
it's
that
just
often
not as entertaining. Like, of course, the overly sexual Indian character is going to be funnier because it's kind of like a subversion of the audience's expectations, but it also does do some work in opening their minds to something else. The same way that an athlete with an eating disorder isn't always people's expectations, because you would think that these people have nutritionists and trainers and all of this stuff that really actually gives them a good relationship with food, but it's subverting our expectations because Shane doesn't have that. And that is the point. That is the representation, which is opening, like unlocking doors in your mind to seeing things in a different way. Not, okay, this person now is properly diagnosed with an eating disorder, and then they're going to go into recovery, and then they're going to leave behind the athleticism. Like, no, they're going to continue because that's their job, and they're going to show up to their job every day, and then they're going to struggle through this, but then they're going to get support from the people they love around them. That's how that works in real life, in practice.
Yeah, totally. Well said. I think that, like, okay, I'm going to bring up something stupid, too. Like, Shane, the way that the fandom treats Shane being Asian is very similar, like, to bring in Mindy Kaling. I saw this post, and I'm sorry. It made me want to die. It was, I think it was from someone who is Asian. And again, so I think bringing in this, like, idea of, like, we want every character to kind of represent our experience, and that's not true because all of us are, like, we don't even have the same experience, and we have a very similar background. You know what I mean? Like, and the post was like, oh my god, I'm like blanking on the whole thing. It was like Shane's mom would have made him go to Kumon, was basically like the gist of the. And I was like, hey, so this is the stupidest post I've ever seen. Like, genuinely, like I. What? Like what?
No,
what?
You need Kumon representation.
You need a Kumon representation. Like, well, and also, and then I think too much about this, and I'm just like, well, one, I don't think that's true. Like if anything, like, it made me think too much about, like, what it's like having, like, also, like, an Asian parent who's really into sports. Like, I have one of those. You know what I mean? And, like, if my dad was like, oh, you were a basketball project, like, if I'd actually been good, you know what I mean? Like, if I'd actually been good, he would have been like, fuck everything else. Like, this is what you're doing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And, like, the whole thing about Shane Hollander's mom is that she's obsessed with hockey and that he was a child prodigy. I guarantee you Shane got his, like, GED. Like, he was not at school. Like, she was like, you're all in on hockey, right? Like, he was doing travel teams, like, as a teenager, like, whatever. It was, like, one of those things where I'm like, this is a post about you. This is not a post about the character, like, genuinely. Because, like, when in this story has Shane Hollander ever said anything about his parents and his relationship with academics? I don't think he's ever mentioned math ever. Like, I don't think he's ever mentioned school ever. All he ever talks about his background is that he was, like, obsessed with hockey. All he did was hockey, travel teams. His mom was, like, obsessed with hockey. It was her dream that, you know, that he goes to NHL. Like, so then it's, like, all this, like, posturing and, like putting yourself on all these characters, and, like, I think that's one of the great things about representation is that you can find pieces of yourself, like, in it. But I think, like, we're trying to do too much of the, like, and it's perfect and it covers all these things and, like, whatever. And it's like, no, yeah, Rachel Reed is not an Asian Canadian woman, but, like, I don't think that she needs to, like, do all this. And I also think it's, like, funny the way that we treat them, like, it's, like, caricatures of, like, our own experience, and it's like, this feels so out of character for, like, Shane himself, and I care too much about that for sure. Like, I'm guilty of that, but it's just like, why are we doing this? Like, what does it even do for us, like, to do this? Like, I guess I'm too old. I don't know what the
end goal is, because I'm like,
maybe I'm too old. Okay, I don't know.
What if Shane did go to Kumon? Like, what would that change? It's literally not related to the plot at all. Like, you guys just, like, want these random, like, I don't even know, like, random exposition, and then you'd be like, why would they spend so much time talking about how Shane went to Kumon? This is what I can't stand with you people. Like, go read a fan fiction then. Like, literally go read a fan fiction.
I think this person was not saying, like, oh, it needs to be in the story. It was probably just, like, a random headcanon. But it was one of those things where I was just like...
what?
I don't know, man.
Just saying shit now.
Yeah, just saying shit.
No sense.
And at the end of the day, like... I think also, like, I care a little bit too much about the sports of it all. Like, sometimes when people say things, I'm like, guys, he's in the NHL. You know what I mean? Like, he is the best player in the best hockey league in the universe. Like, literally, like, are we treating him like that? Or is this a baby girl on your phone? And, like, it's okay if that's if you need him to be a baby girl on your phone, but it's like, that's not my thing. You know what I mean? I don't need him to do that. Like, genuinely. Like, I don't. And that's, like, when people talk about, like, oh, he's so emotionally repressed, like it's unfair to Ilya, like all that. I'm getting too into it, but like it's just funny. I'm just like these, like Rachel's writing them as athletes, and I think that that's okay. Like that is what they are.
I actually want the athlete characters to be athletes and not.
I'm good with that.
Self-insert people.
Yeah,
you know.
God forbid. I actually don't. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of over the whole. I've never been the biggest like I need to see myself in the person whose POV I'm reading. I have heard that a lot from people of like I like people who like, for example, Emily Henry books. So like, oh, I don't like see myself in Poppy or whatever, so I can't get into it. And I'm like, okay,
you have to see yourself in every single media you watch. Do you see yourself in Tony Stark, Iron Man? Like, no, you're not a billionaire. You're actually broke. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Do you see yourself in the kids in Stranger Things?
But no, I think they do. So here's my thing. Like, and I'm guilty of this too. Like in fandom, you like have a cast of characters, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna put all this like emotional stuff on this one character based on how they interact with the plot or each other or whatever. Or I decide this one's bisexual, that one must be me. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. And then, but I don't think it makes sense to then question the writing of the story based on your own interpretation of like your own shit in it.
Your self-insert. Like, well, because
Shane's not you.
Yeah. Yes, actually, it's a different character.
Ilya is not me. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a different, like it, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's okay to see yourself and like want to see yourself or like identify more with a character because you see yourself in them emotionally. But I don't think it's like, okay, why are they doing this now? Because it's like, it's not you, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's okay.
I get what you mean.
Anyways, we should move on. But I think like online fandom is always a cesspool, but I think particularly with heated rivalry, like I'm seeing a lot of shit. Like, it's
and I'm like,
a lot of
y'all
shit.
need to log into Indeed.com.
No, what you need to do is read and write fan fiction. Genuinely. Yeah. Okay, this is my thing. I don't think that people. I'm never gonna say I'm never in my life gonna say interact with fandom less. That's just not my not my sword and shield. You know what I mean? Like, I think like it's valid to be like, log the fuck off. You're experiencing heated rivalry, Twitter psychosis. Like, I think that's valid. But I'm saying log the fuck off and put that energy into AO3.com. You want this shit, you write it. Yeah. You want this shit, go read it. Like, and I'm like, I know that you guys are not reading and writing fan fiction like you say you are because you're on here arguing with people about the dumbest shit ever. You wouldn't have time for this if you were on your books. Yep. I know you can put that energy elsewhere. And the thing about AO3.com, you will always find some bitch who agrees with you. On Twitter, you'll find some bitch who doesn't agree with you and hates your guts and is going to like report you to your principal or whatever. But like on AO3.com, you will find someone to be like, this is exactly how I always wanted this portrayed. Go find your affirmations. Get on your books. There's a literacy crisis. Practice your writing. Like, I don't know.
And do it without AI. Let's use our brains, people. Create before you consume.
So true.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So that was Sarah's People's Princesses and Dead Horses of the Week. My People's Princess / Dead Horse of the Week is Tom Holland and Zendaya. As it has been since 2017.
As it fucking should be. When have they ever not deserved that title?
I just love them. I love them. I literally, every video of them, like, I just smile so big. I'm getting so parasocial. Like, I thought I had, like, resigned in parasociality towards Tom and Zendaya.
Oh, I never resigned. They were my one exception.
I think it's, like, when you're, like, there's a volcano and it's, like, dormant. Like, now it's like there's like whatever the maximum level of eruption is, like that's where I'm at because I'm so beyond obsessed. Like every interview they do together, everything they say, everything they do, every time they look at each other, every time they get edited to any song, I am there. I am so there. I'm 100% there. Literally, what do you do before you go to sleep? I watch tomdaya edits.
So real.
And I sleep so well.
Yeah,
Because I'm so happy. I'm like, I love them. Oh my god, they're such mirrors of each other. Oh my god, they get along so well. Oh my god, he loved her to the point of creation because he made beer shandies because she didn't like the flavor of beer.
I feel like for me, they are like the definition of like, I know love is real.
Yeah.
I know it can happen. And what we're out here like searching for, living for, whatever is real because they are showing us. And I feel like so much of celebrity culture has been for the last my entire life been like, oh, you think these people are perfect? They're not. They're cheating on each other. They're like actually horrible people. They're on the Epstein list, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, and I'm not saying they like I'm not saying celebrities are good people. I know that they're not. I'm sure there's some fucking thing that I'm gonna hate about Tomdaya if I knew it. But like to me, the representation to me in like what I'm experiencing is I'm like, oh, they like genuinely like Zendaya says, like they grew up together, they are in love. I've been thinking about that clip of like I think it was a recent press junket for Spider-Man, like she like grabs his hand and he like looks at it and smiles.
Yes,
and
oh my god, okay. So literally there's an edit that exists where every time Tom grabs Zendaya's hand on the carpet, he looks down at their hands intertwined and he's in awe. And I'm gonna insert it here in the edit. But oh my god. When I tell you, like, because there's another edit, and it's anytime Zendaya is going upstairs, her co-stars, whether it's Robert Pattinson or Timothy Chalamet, as they do give you their hand so that you can hold it while getting up the stairs. No, she never holds anyone else's hand, but when it's Tom, she always grabs it and they walk up together, and I just think that is so cute.
Yeah, Zendaya is like, you're not getting my ass. You're not Glenn Powelling, Sydney Sweeneying me. Like, I could be opposite Robert Pattinson and you will think I kind of dislike him. Like,
no, yeah, she's like so strict about it, but also like she doesn't even really like hold on to Law, and Law is like her brother who has been around her entire career. So like, she's strict. She's like, no, I'm only holding Tom's hand. And it is so cute. And Tom literally like looks at her in awe every time. Like, he is so obsessed with her.
I think that's
and wonderful. But they're also best friends, which is also beautiful and wonderful. Like,
I think you can tell that they genuinely like each other, like as people. It's not just that he's like enamored by her, but then also on top of that, he is like not under the impression that he is anything other than punching. Like, he is like, I should be thankful that I am
literally like
with
he literally
Zendaya.
wakes up every day and is like in shock and awe that he is the one that is married to Zendaya. Like,
and I think that's what it should be.
I literally won. No, it's amazing.
That's the way it should be.
It's truly beautiful. I'm obsessed with them, and like,
and I love that they're in every movie we're watching this summer. Like,
I'm like, give us more. Like, put them in more movies together. I literally don't even care. Do whatever. What I love also is I'm at a point now where I'm like, should I try Bureau?
I know.
Am I like I'm about to like go even farther with my financial footprint into this couple and support their random brand? Maybe.
I think probably not for me, but I had thought about it.
I don't even
when they mentioned the shandies, I was like, okay, well, like he made it for Zendaya, so like I should have it.
Oh well, I'm gonna have the drink of romance then.
I do like the hat he wears. I'm like, I could get the merch.
No, the merch is cute. Yeah, I think that maybe, but I did sincerely think about it. I'll probably not get it, but. Yeah, I'm just so obsessed with the edits of them and all of it. Yeah. And on the same topic, we could just go right into Spider-Man Brand New Day.
It is no secret how I feel about Spider-Man. Like, favorite superhero, hands down. My favorite movie of all time is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for a fucking reason. Like, hands down, number one, no contest. Like, Spider-Man for me is like the epitome of what superhero movies could and should be. And I mean like every iteration of them. There's almost none that don't hit because the construction and formulation of who Spider-Man is like hits for so many people, you know? And like I was really starting to wonder like what this newest iteration of Spider-Man could look like in terms of like the rest of the MCU, because I just feel like it's really hard to identify with the MCU right now, where I think especially as like we're 28, we experience a different version of the MCU. It's hard to keep track of everything that they're putting out. It's very Disneyified. Like they're not investing in every character anymore. So you're like, why the fuck would I even like watch everything? And like especially with the reset at the end of No Way Home, you're just like, I think I already told you, I was dreading watching Brand New Day. Like, I don't think I watched any of the trailers genuinely because I was so emotionally distraught at the end of No Way Home that, like, I was like,
Yeah.
like,
I didn't watch any trailers either.
but like, Brand New Day felt like, it felt like the best iteration of Peter Parker, which just is Tom Holland. All respect to Tobey Maguire, all respect to Andrew Garfield. It is Tom Holland. But it felt like watching Spider-Man 2 Tobey Maguire in theaters when I was a kid, but with the best iteration of Peter Parker in terms of the angst, like in terms of the like what being Spider-Man does to you psychologically when you're like alone, isolated, all the shit. Like we haven't really gotten to experience that fully with Peter Parker because just genuinely, like, all respect, like, the Iron Man death didn't do that quite for me because he still had May, he still had his friends, whatever. And I think also the biggest thing for me is that this iteration of Spider-Man, his friends are a part of the team. Ned and MJ are so foundational to his ability to be Spider-Man. In other cases, like Mary Jane, MJ, whatever, Michelle, Gwen, whatever, they are kind of just liabilities. Like they might be helpful at some points, but most of the way they function in the story is like they're liabilities to Spider-Man. Same with Ned, same with Harry, whatever. This version of Spider-Man, from the very beginning, Ned and MJ are like foundational to his ability to like do the fucking thing. They're just as smart. They're just as helpful. They're just as like important to the storyline. They're a part of him foundationally. So him being without them for 4 years to start the whole thing, it being New York as fuck, like I could talk about this movie for like genuinely hours and maybe I think it was so fucking good. And Tom Holland is Spider-Man. Like I just like that is Peter fucking Parker.
No, because like when I tell you the nostalgia merchants I know that were always like, it's Tobey Maguire, he's the best Spider-Man. It's and Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man, or whatever you know, whatever they call it. I was always the one. I was like, Tom Holland is the best one. I stayed quiet for so many years. I was put on mute. Like so many people are like, it's Iron Boy Jr. He's not Spider-Man. Shut up. He is Spider-Man. He's so Spider-Man. He is the one that is best at being both. He is Peter Parker and Spider-Man equally. He can bring Peter into Spider-Man. He can bring Spider-Man into Peter. And watching him grow up and grow into the character is a big part of it. Like the fact that the first time we saw him was in Civil War in 2016 and he was so young and full of life.
Yeah.
And he needed that mentorship from Tony Stark, I think, to fully become realized in the Spider-Man that he is now. Yeah. You know, like he needed that, but he also needed to experience like that level of like, I understand losing Tony is like the big part of like the MCU Spider-Man lore, but like obviously we know that May is his Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
But we also must keep track. The reason that probably Tony's death doesn't hit as hard is because Spider-Man at that point had already lost his parents and had already lost Uncle Ben. So he's probably in a situation where he's used to losing hella people. And so Tony Stark, who was his mentor and who he looked up to so much, that hits hard. But the person that really was meant to hit was May. Like that is where you're supposed to feel that weight, and it is a better payoff, because if the first Spider-Man movie was where we saw Peter lose whoever was his equivalent to Uncle Ben, it would not have hit his that hard, because we would have only known him from the 10 minutes he was in Civil War. So like taking the time to really flesh all of this out and actually help the audience understand what a generally happy or like kind of in a good mood Peter looks like, it sets it up much better to where you're really feeling the weight of like his experience with like the male loneliness epidemic in Brand New Day, you know? Like it shows you how he got there, and I think that is really valuable.
The fall makes it more
like having the impactful rise is what made the fall hit a lot harder. And I think like sometimes it's harder to have that level of connection to Tobey Maguire or to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, because we from the jump are into like this sad mood. You get like maybe one montage and then, you know what I mean? Like that to me is why Tom is the best, because he committed to being on this timeline. Like I think that at any point, right, like Tom probably could have said like, I'm big enough now, I have enough money, like I'm done being Spider-Man, but he's really committed to it, and like he wants to continue being Spider-Man. And for me, I'm like, why not? Why would you not continue on this like beautiful journey that you've taken this character? And like there's so much more now that we can do, because he's like really like intentionally been like, this is the rise and then this is the fall, and then now he comes back as like his fully actualized Spider-Man that can equally balance X and Y parts of him, you know? Like I think that's where I'm like, okay, he needs to be Spider-Man literally forever.
No, and like I think, you know, there was a lot of, it's so interesting, people who say the things that you were talking about of like, oh, he's just Iron Man, like sidekick, like whatever. Because for most of the movies that we've seen him in, Tony has not actually been that helpful. Like he is like, that was actually like the crux of it, right? Like he might give me equipment or he might give me tech, but that doesn't amount to it being like, and now I'll win because of that. And that was like a big issue between the two of them. And I also think that it's so funny when people say that, because I was alive and on Twitter when Andrew Garfield's fucking Spider-Man were coming out. And the idea of people being like, it's just the next one. Whoever's the new one is not the real one. I was defending Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man back in the day, because I was like, it's just so fucking stupid. It's like always the last one is the real one. Always the you know, like there's some reason, and there's something like a very like hyper masculine and like, I don't know, misogynistic about it almost too, where it's like the one that I know better than you, which is like for some reason the Tobey Maguire ones, the Peter Rabbit, you always bring up Peter Rabbit, like whatever, like is actually the best one. And like also the other thing about Spider-Man, people always want him to be isolated from other characters. Like they don't like that he's like involved with X-Men or involved with the Avengers, whatever. But like, not to be a dude, bro, if you read the fucking comics, Spider-Man's everywhere. Like Spider-Man actually is like, if you want to go to the OGs, if you want to go to like the fucking source text, the source text is not Spider-Man Tobey Maguire. If like genuinely, like that is not, if anything, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man takes that story in a different direction than a lot of the comics, like genuinely. And like, yes, the insertion of Iron Man into the Spider-Man timeline is different for sure. But like the idea that Spider-Man was just always should be isolated, like I think also devalues some of the ways that he interacts with like in the comics other characters, and that like he mentors other people. He's like it's just so much more of a fleshed out character, because you like with Jean, for example, that is so great. We've always seen Peter be the younger, the mentee. We've always seen like Peter being like younger than everyone, pushed away for like all these different reasons, pushed out of like the institution. And in this movie, we see him be the institution, right? We see him being the one that the institution trusts, and Jean being put in the position that he has historically been put in, right? And that flip of like Peter needs to be the one to connect to her. She needs to see how he's dealt with this. She needs to see someone else has dealt with this and come out the other side and has like still believes that people can love and support them. She doesn't need to lash out, but she also doesn't need to be like beholden to the institution. Like, I don't know. I think that like they both learn so much from each other, and you lose that when you want a Spider-Man that's isolated from like the other heroes. And I think that like the choice to have everyone forget him gave this like reset to like the character. And like I don't know, I loved all the Peter Jean stuff. Like I thought it was so great. I think that I don't know, I also wanted to talk about one thing. Like there's a lot of people, I think pretty rightly, like talking about like calling him like Peter Palantir. Have you seen this?
Oh yeah, because he is.
Because he is. Like, he genuinely is. Like, like, and it's so funny, like, my everyday real life work is, like, around surveillance, and you're watching him, like, tap into all the cameras, use facial recognition, like, track people, like, hack into, like, citywide systems, like, running illegal software, like, you know, people were talking about like if there's a flock camera, Peter Parker's in it. You know what I mean? Like, in genuine. And this is like, I did want to talk about this because I think that like a through line of the MCU is pro surveillance, pro military, pro spying, pro surveillance of all kinds, right? Like the whole fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe runs on this idea that there is like tech out there that is used for the greater good, that can be exploited for the greater good, right? And like there's a reason why like every Captain America movie except for the Winter Soldier was approved by the Pentagon. Like genuinely, that's like true. Right? That's like a factual thing that happened.
Yes, they literally get funding from the Department of Defense. Like,
yeah,
I guess
except for the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier was the only one that didn't pass muster, and it's because of the content, right? And like, so but I also think that like thematically, even that with the movie, I did appreciate how at the end of the day, the facial recognition stuff that he was running, whatever, helped him, right? But the thematic thing of the movie being like him realizing that working within this institution that was the cops, like him being a cop basically, didn't, like he still shouldn't believe all these people for the end result of like what their actual goals are. I did appreciate that. I think they could have gone even farther with that. Obviously, it's still the MCU. They're not fucking woke. Like they're not gonna fucking do that like at the end of the day. But I did appreciate that like he was seeing how that kind of institution is never going to be favorable to superheroes or to anyone who's different, to mutants, etc. I think that puts him in a good position. I did appreciate that like what the way the story was constructed, where it's like the win was not the win because he was too trusting of people in power. I did like that overall, even if he is Peter Palantir.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that what's going to be interesting kind of on this topic, right, of like the MCU and the DOD and the Pentagon like all being like interconnected, is how do you treat the X-Men when they come in? I think that is going to, how do you treat Magneto?
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen so many rumors about like them changing backstories, and I'm a little scared.
Yes, I am also not super confident in how that's going to be handled, but I think that there's a lot. Let's see. You know, let's see what the Pentagon approves.
Yeah. Truly, let's see
what direction they take it in, but I think overall, I'm probably going to end up seeing Brand New Day a third time.
Yeah, same. I've only watched it twice.
Feel free to do it. I've already seen it twice, so.
I watch almost every Spider-Man movie like 5 times in theaters.
No, literally. And then I came home like 2 days ago, I rewatched Endgame. How many times do you think I watched Endgame in my life? Like, please be for real.
I think I watched it. I've watched Endgame like 30 times. And I think I watched it in theaters probably 5 times. Judge me, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no.
You can't embarrass me. I'm at one with my cringe.
Yeah, literally. And the part of Endgame that makes me laugh to my soul every single time still is when Peter Spider-Man is carrying the gauntlet through, and then he like can't get through, and then Captain Marvel and the coalition of muscle mommies like come to save him in the most like 2020 woke like girl boss queen sequence.
I'm with her.
And then why is Pepper there? Like, Pepper, you've never fought. Like, why are you in this fight, girl?
Good for Gwyneth Paltrow. She doesn't remember that she even.
She doesn't even know she's in that. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
No, and what kills me, right, is like the scene where Tony is dying. Gwyneth Paltrow actually like goes off. Like, she does a beautiful job, I feel, where she like makes sure like that the last thing she says to him is like, you can rest now, and then like, we're gonna be okay. And then she breaks down and she does such a good job. And then I'm like, and this girly pop left the studio that day and didn't even remember what movie this was for, who she was acting with, etc., etc. If you asked her about it now, she'd be like, oh, I did that. And I'm just like, damn. Remember. That is crazy, because that's a big moment for a lot of MCU fans.
Gwyneth Paltrow can turn it on for a check. She can sell apartments in Israel. She can be in the MCU. She'll do whatever the fuck. Sell
apartments for Israel?
Dude, you have not seen this?
No.
Trisha. Trisha. Oh my god. She's like, oh my god, I think it's like an ad. I'll send it to you later. She's like doing ads for like real estate in Israel.
I mean, sure, right? Like at this point,
I'm not surprised. Like whatever, again, like with celebrities, like I'm not surprised. Like someone called her like Gwyneth Genocide Paltrow or something, which like like I'm never surprised when these people do things anymore. I'm just like, yeah, of course. Like she thinks that she can just collect the check and she gets on the screen and she like wipes her memory after. It like has no effect on her. Like whether or not it was good, whether or not it was like, ethical, like
for the work-life balance.
Shut the fuck up.
No, sometimes I make myself laugh.
No, she does not get Sunday scaries.
No, like allergic, because
she has no idea what's going on. Like genuinely, like her assistant is like, go to that spot on the floor, say these things, and she does it. Yeah. Also, she hasn't eaten in like 6 years, maybe 10. So like that also is, I think, atrophying her brain.
Yeah, surely.
She just like hooked up to an IV. Like she hasn't eaten anything nutritious in years. So like, you know,
yeah,
there's that.
Most deaf. That's for sure.
Anyways, Brand New Day was fucking incredible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do the MCU like industrial product complex propaganda. Like it was fucking amazing. Like
it's like a 5 out of 5 on my letterbox. I won't even lie to you.
Oh, period.
Like, what else would it be? I don't even be rating stuff. Like I just don't rate stuff. Things. And yeah,
I just send to someone Brand New Day banger. Like that's that's all I got. Like, sorry.
Just be like that. What can you do? The movie was amazing. When am I going to see it again? I don't know. Shall we move on to the other Tom and Zendaya spectacular that came out, The Odyssey?
Banger. I don't like it. Like I thought it was good.
I think I'm at the point where I'm like, that was fire. And then, like, I'm ready to move on, you know? Like, it wasn't something I really hyper fixated on. Like, I think for the weekend, I was, like, really into, like, the Odyssey and, like, Odysseus and then, like, the song with the flute and that stuff. But I think now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I feel like I can't rate it super high because I didn't hyper fixate on it. That's my only thing. Is, like, sometimes for me, it's, like, if I don't hyper fixate on it, then it's, like, I don't know. But, like, I think it was a good movie. I don't know if it was, like...
Yeah. So I think it'll probably win awards and stuff, but like, I think part of it, this is the thing. I think I don't hyper fixate on something unless I watch it again.
That's true. I probably need to give it another shot. Yeah.
Like when I like really went deep into my red, white, and royal blue hyper fixation, I watched it 4 times in like a week.
Okay, that was like a different.
But
We were talking. We were talking about it every 20 minutes for like.
Yeah, and then I read the book, so it's like I watched it 4 times and I read the book all within
I watched it 4 times.
Like,
I read the book again. I annotated the book. I was reading fan fiction every day.
No, like that's like how you know, like that to me is my like litmus test for like hyperfixation. So Odyssey, I saw it once. I watched some edits. I like thought about rewatching Percy Jackson: The Sea of Monsters. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But
right.
the big issue is if I can't get a damn seat in the theater to go rewatch it, how am I going to hyperfixate on it? And that, I think, is something the studio should consider.
I agree. How are people supposed to be so into this if they can't fucking watch it?
Yeah, like how am I supposed to go and obsess over this if I can only see it one time and that too not even in the preferred format? Because I do want to watch it.
Did you watch it in
70mm? I do want to watch it. I watched it in regular IMAX, but I want to watch it in the main one. But it's like there's only one theater in New York City, and they released the tickets for like the next month of shows. Only you had to go in person to buy them because the app and the website weren't working. So you'd have to show up at Lincoln Square to buy a ticket for the new showings for IMAX 70mm, which is crazy. I have a job.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I think my outstanding questions or comments about Odyssey are: one, how did they shoot it? Because I still don't understand. Like, how the boat's moving, the actors are moving, the camera's moving. I don't understand. Two, at what point does this style of filmmaking become annoying? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, someone who's like so pretentious about it's this camera and it only runs for 3 minutes at a time, and we have to change the film and da 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 da. And like, where are my climate warriors at that are like, this takes so much time and effort and energy and it's not efficient and blah 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 blah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think that there's like, I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm just not my cross to bear. I do think that, like, and I mean, I feel like people talk about this all the time. Like, it's Christopher Nolan, so it's okay. Like, that, like, genuinely, like, that is the thing. Like, and I'm sure he'll be making movies until he's in the grave. So, like, we have that amount of time. Like, that's what I think. Like,
yeah.
And people will give him money for it. My question is, like, he has, like, such a particular fame to me because he is finicky, he is particular, he is making all these like artistic decisions that make things hard for people to both see it, make it, act in it, watching it, all the things, right? But they're still financially making a lot of money off of him. And so I think that would be the difference maker, is if it got to the point where they like
stopped making money.
Like everything, you know, like if AMC and the production companies and like everything, if they are not making money off of it, maybe. But like, honestly, like, I think we're already at the point where like only like who else is able to make this?
Yeah. So in my notes, I put, at what point does this become annoying? And right below that, I said, when a woman does it.
Right. Yeah,
because it's Chris Nolan, everyone's like, oh, it's amazing, blah 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 blah. Like, the press tour was kind of getting to like a weird cult like worship of him. That the
I think they're already there.
Were like, question mark, like, are these people crazy? And I know, like, I'm not invalidating the fact that he's talented and he's an artist and blah 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 blah. But like, if I'm never able to see it in the way it was meant to be seen, how am I supposed to really know that and like buy into it? You know what I mean?
Right. Totally.
And at what point does IMAX make more cameras and like actually develop this?
Well, it's like how many? The number I saw is that there's like only like seven cameras in the world, and he broke one of them.
No, he's already broken 2 because he broke 2. One. He blew one up in one of his movies, and then he drowned one in another movie, and then now, like, So yeah, there's like less left. But I'm
See,
just
like, I think if a woman, not to be all girl boss, if a woman broke 2 of the cameras and there was only 6 of them, it would be over for them. Like, genuinely.
Like, okay, well, now the next movie you have to make is a rom-com where there's no action or adventure scenes because you literally cannot.
Yeah, they are you kidding me? They'd be writing articles about how like she's killing the whole art form. Yeah, I agree. Like, I genuinely think reading that, I was like, dang, like, he's lucky he's Christopher Nolan. Like, that's
no,
what
literally,
my reaction
literally.
was.
Yeah, so that's what I have to say about the Odyssey. Like,
I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't have anything smart to say. I mean, I think my 2 things are like, yeah, obviously Christopher Nolan did not read the feminist retelling of Cersei. That's true. Like, like for sure. I didn't expect him to. Like, he's not really capable of that. Didn't expect that one.
But like, he's like known to never have a woman in his movie, and she only ever has one line, etc., etc.
That's his thing.
That's his thing. Like, he makes boy movies.
He makes boy movies. Like, and again, like, genuinely, that's I think why sometimes I can't hyperfixate on his movies. I'm like, this is just like, I don't know. Sometimes I watch his movies and I'm like, this wasn't for me, and like, maybe that's fine. I don't know. Probably not. But
I never saw Dunkirk, even though Harry Styles was in it, because I just ended up watching the clips of him in it. The clips of it. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. I'm just gonna watch him really, really like going in on this PB&J.
Yeah,
like, he like goes hard. I'm like, okay, Harry, like, eat that sandwich.
Yeah, totally. Like, and that's why I think like not to throw back, but like Barbenheimer, like that was really girl movie, boy movie. Like it was gender reveal summer. Yeah. That one, like it was just
and it was just hilarious because it was like, the girl movie was so watered down.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you know what I mean? And the boy movie was so like boy, you know, to where it was just like, this is like actually not that. Like, what are you saying?
Barbenheimer was like the tides of fascism rolling in. Like, genuinely, like, I know you were having fun, but like, were we? You know what I mean? Like, looking back, I was like, I think I was having more fun on Twitter than I was like in the theater.
Yeah, genuinely. I agree. Like, that was a time.
That was a time. I don't know.
But I mean, without Barbenheimer, we wouldn't be where we are today, where like every movie I'm like going to see it because like the theaters are alive and well again, you know?
I mean, I already had A-list, so...
No, what I'm saying is like...
people.
And then also, I think, like, because in 2023, like, those movies prove that people will come to the theater greenlit a lot of the movies that we're seeing now.
No, that's so true. Yeah, you're so right about that, for sure. And, so like, also, like, sending things to theaters instead of, like, streaming or, like, whatever.
So,
like,
for that, I am thankful.
Okay, but then I'll give Barbenheimer its flowers. Yeah.
Doomsday is the one that's gonna stress me out because I don't have a ticket for neither Dune nor Doomsday, and I need to see both of that. So,
seeing movie. Yes,
but he's not announced, so why would they do that?
I don't know. I think he is. Dude bros might fight with me.
Like, how could he not?
The dude bros might fight with me about this one, but I just think, like, 1, the end credit scene of him in space, and then 2, I just think, like, financially, whatever, the MCU, Kevin, I don't know, they're aware of the fact that they need...
Yeah, they need somebody with motion.
They need the faces that... Yeah,
right now, the people in Doomsday, I'm so sorry to them. It's the B team. It's the junior varsity. Like,
and the thing is,
every heavy hitter got canceled.
Yeah, they want the B team to be the A team, but I think in order for the B team to be the A team, they need what A team they have left to bring them through. Yeah, that's why, for example, like, obviously a lot of people have an emotional connection to Jean Grey, but I'm talking like 12-year-olds going to watch Brand New Day. They've now, like, emotionally attach themselves to the X-Men through Spider-Man. I'm sure a lot of people have a problem with that, but that's just, like, the reality of the thing right now. You know what I mean? For, like, a new audience. So I do think you have to remake yourself for a new audience while also pleasing the old audience. And I think the easiest way to fucking do that is not Doctor Strange. Respectfully, it's not the Hulk. It is Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's the way it is.
He is the people's superhero.
Yeah. And like, I mean,
it's like Spider-Man and Superman are like the two big ones.
I also just think like, well, and like, they're trying to make it Steve Rogers and like
I don't understand what's happening. I'm not following that. Like, I don't understand. I didn't even know. Like, I know he's coming back, but I don't understand. Like, what was the announcement? Was it just that Chris Evans would return?
Like, I think Cap is in it. I think
how, bro?
Okay, here's the thing. I could talk about this for hours, and I could fuck it up for hours. Like, basically, like, we don't know what happened with Cap in that period of time. Yeah.
Oh my, is that what they're doing? They're like putting it back in the like Cap's glory days when he went on his own adventure and created his own timeline?
I think so. That's what I think.
No.
Because I think Peggy's confirmed too. So
they're just actually like the timeline in the MCU is not moving forward anymore because it's just going to revisit. But
they messed it up because they've made two different claims about time travel of like every time you time travel you skip universes, and then sometimes they say no, you're in the same timeline, like whatever. They've kind of just like let that go. Then they've added the multiverse hopping too, but they're not including the character that can hop the multiverse.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay. And then now you got like the fucking like witchcraft of it all. You got Wanda. Now you've also got Fantastic Four. You've got Doom. You've got like Fantastic Four.
Need to rewatch all
Fantastic Four. Franklin can maybe hop multiverses or create multiverses, and we don't know if he's discovered his powers yet. And like, bro, like, I genuinely, my thing about Doomsday, they could do whatever the fuck they want because they've redefined time travel like 3 times. They've had so many different versions of like multiverse bullshit. And on top of that, like just like the financial, again, like the marketing of it all, like I don't think we should believe anything that they say like so and so is appearing, so then like reading into like, oh, these people are not going to be in it because they haven't been announced. Because like think about Endgame. Like, we didn't know any of that stuff. They want Doomsday to be Endgame, which is not going to be. But, like, of that same nature, they want people to go the first night and go on Twitter and be like, guys, you're not going to believe who's in this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my God. Yeah, the way MCU has done time travel has made me, as someone who watched Doctor Who, so angry.
There was a point in like 2019 where I was just like, I gotta let go.
No, because watching Endgame, I was literally twitching. I was like, this
don't get me fucking started on the end of Endgame. The end of Endgame, I was in the theater writing notes, rage typing on my phone. Rage typing. Cap's ending it has been years and it still gets my blood fucking boiling. The end of Endgame. Like, that's, I will never get over it.
That literally makes no sense. And it actually, you know what it actually does? It actually creates an insane paradox, which they didn't care about creating paradoxes at all, because you literally have Cap fighting himself. And I'm like, you literally cannot create this many paradoxes in one movie and not blow up the whole space-time continuum.
I could talk about this for hours. And I think that the humiliation of Endgame time travel has not left us, as evidenced by what will happen in Doomsday, I think.
Because they really tried to like, they tried to fix it with Loki. Did you watch Loki?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Sorry.
Which also
hasn't watched it, so I'm like, I don't know.
I say of course I haven't watched a lot of things, but Loki, like, I did watch because like. But I thought Loki was amazing. They tried to reconcile it, but it's like.
But then they're still like creating new versions of this bungled information because once they cleaned it up a little in Loki, they haven't gone and reconciled everything that they've done after.
Yeah, I think Loki was their big eraser, but like, I don't think it like totally works. Also, like the thing about the MCU is that like, okay, we know what happened in Loki. Most people don't. Most people did not watch Loki.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do. So that's crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, so my philosophy for Doomsday is
like before Endgame, there was no sideshows.
Yeah, before Endgame, it's all really clean
because they're all in movies.
The movies all inform each other, and the post-credit scenes actually inform what will happen in the next release. But now they've gone and desecrated the post-credit scene to where it could mean anything, or it could just not be addressed for 10 years.
Never followed up on ever fucking again. Yeah. Hey, where are the Eternals? Dead.
And
apparently.
Also, on this topic of the Eternals, these people, as in the fans, anyone who was actually strong, they went and super mega hated on their movie. So like the Eternals, like Captain Marvel, or the Marvels in general. These are the people that can actually bring heat again, who could.
So now we're left with all respect, Sam Wilson and Bucky. Instead of the Titans.
That the little celestial gods. The celestial gods and the freaking Captain Marvel.
Now we're just going to have some guys punching Doctor Doom, I guess.
Yeah, and they don't have super strength, and they don't have super speed, and they just have whatever weights they did in the gym, and that's it. And some on your left.
And, like, I love that. Love those guys and their romantic relationship, but like, come demons. On. That's what I'm saying. Like, and his demon is Steve Rogers. The demon that's haunting Bucky is coming back to play. So
I just cannot, bro.
Well, and then there's also the option that like the Steve Rogers are showing is not real, and like, so we'll see.
I don't know. Like, I have no idea.
Hasn't Bucky been through enough also?
Yes, like, let him rest. He's been in 500 bajillion thousand.
He's finally happily married. Like, just
leave him be. You introduced all these other characters, like Ironheart and all the children ones, and like, everyone. Like, the Wonder Man, for crying out loud. Which I watched that.
Oh, really? I didn't watch that.
Oh my lord. That was slow AF. It took until episode 4. I watched 4 episodes in like 20-minute intervals because I was getting so bored. I was like, bro, I have to turn this shit off. And then nothing was happening for 4 episodes. And then finally in episode 4, they turned it up and then they finished it out. And I was like, oh, that was pretty interesting. And then they canceled it. So Wonder Man's done.
That's the thing is like, when you were watching MCU movies before, and again, they're trying to make Doomsday Endgame, and I just feel like we're so past that.
Other Avengers movies in order to get to Endgame. What you have right now is a jumble, or in other words, a cluster. And you have like
the Punishers in Spider-Man. You have like a couple of different team ups, but like nothing coherent enough to build you up to like, oh, these people are gonna be like a team.
Yeah. They don't know each other. They're literally not even coworkers. To me, IMO, Doomsday should hopefully have the format of the first Avengers, which is all these people are like meeting each other. But the thing is it works when you have 6 characters meeting each other, 2 of whom already know each other, 2 other, like who kind of already know each other, but like not really. And then there's only a couple that are like new. New, but here is like, let's do a massive link up of 45 heroes and their associates, but not set up anything else before that. Like, no, you have
how do you make it so that they even care about each other dying? Like that's the question. That's the thing. And it's like, and make that feel genuine, because that is actually the backbone of the Avengers. Like in the first Avengers 2012, the thing that brings them together is Coulson dying. Someone that they all have had their individual experiences with, that we know they are emotionally tied to, and he's the connective force between them. We know he didn't actually die, but like that's the point, right? Like that was the thing that brought them together. Like, So what is that for the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four?
That's what I don't know. I just don't know how they're gonna work together.
Presumably we will find it in this movie, but they have to actually like emotionally do that, and I don't know if I have much faith in their ability to keep the timeline and like the what is actually happening clear on top of like making them care about each other. Like that doesn't feel like super clear to me. It's so funny, like I've been reading like Marvel fan fiction since I was like 11, and usually in the fanfiction I would read, like when the Fantastic Four is introduced, Tony and Reed are the ones who like know each other, and they're kind of like competitive with each other, and like they end up caring a bit about each other through like science or like whatever, but they also kind of hate each other, and like you don't even have that. Like I like genuinely no like
jumping off point.
There's no jumping off point, and like I mean I don't know. I do wonder if they're going to use it's Franklin, right? Is the Fantastic Four's kid, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I think based on the end of the Fantastic Four, which I actually thought the Fantastic Four movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great.
I will say I was encouraged by that movie being great because I do think the Fantastic Four are going to be like a huge part of Doomsday, obviously, and so I was encouraged by that movie being great, that I was like maybe they could do something. And I think Franklin, their kid, is like going to be a huge thing, because if like Doom's actually the threat, then Franklin is like who he wants, basically, because he's supposed to be this like super powered being or like whatever. And like I think in the comics he could literally like travel the multiverse or something crazy, or like create, I don't know, something. He's like a very super powered person. I don't think they can kind of decide like what superpowers he has, but I do wonder if like it being a child will help them connect, like the idea of like
we need to save
the threat
baby.
being to a baby. Like I don't know, that's like something maybe, but
is this directed by the Russos?
Oh God, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I hate those bitches.
Yeah, because I think like Brand New Day.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Unfortunately,
why would I? Okay. Oh my God.
Because Destin Daniel Cretton, is that how you pronounce his last name? I feel like saying Cretton is wrong. I don't know. But I think that he did a great job with Brand New Day, because he was able to fully lay out the emotional weight of what Spider-Man was going through. Because this movie really, like, it doesn't follow that usual formula of, like, big fight in the beginning, small fight in the middle, and the lesson is learned during the big 30-minute climax fight at the end. Instead, it's more about Peter's emotional journey through those. So, like, even though, yes, he fights for maybe 10 minutes at the end when he fights the hand, it's
not really about that.
It's not about the fight, because the fight you knew he was going to win the fight, but it's about how he connects with Jean after that. You know, and so like that is
like he truly wins by emotionally connecting with Jean. Yeah, that's what keeps him alive. That's what keeps them both.
Again, like his realization, right, of you don't need to do this alone, and you shouldn't be alone. Like it's going to get lonely, and you shouldn't be alone, because he recalls that conversation with May.
Yeah, that
was like the emotional weight of the film, and it lands so much better because he's able to like talk through it with Jean. If they just showed you the scene, he's lonely, and they showed you the Aunt May like flashback, and it's fine. But like the fact that is what, like, Jean gets to the lesson kind of before him, because she then goes on to save him, and then when Peter sees Ned at the end, is like, okay, I'm not going to do this alone anymore. Like that was like the heart of the film. What I worry about, which will probably happen in Doomsday, is they're going to go big fight, small fight, big fight, and we're not actually going to understand the emotional through line, because they're so focused on introducing all these characters, giving them their quips, and also establishing a brand new big bad, all within like 2.5 hours for like 20 characters. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, I'm going to say something crazy.
Yeah.
You know Breaking Dawn Part 2? how.
Yes, I do know Breaking Dawn Part 2. I'm so excited to see where this is going.
I think Doomsday will be Breaking Dawn Part 2 in the sense that, like, they're going to have to recruit all these people. And I think that the Fantastic Four are going to be like, hey, we have a threat to this kid. That's why we need you. So even though you might hate me and I might hate you, look at this little baby. You want this little baby to die? Be on our team.
And that's how they will.
I think it's just Breaking Dawn Part 2, like, genuinely. And, like, where it turns out that, like, actually, like, Franklin's the most superpowered out of all of them, and, like, the lore around him, like, he's gonna, like, emotionally connect in, like, some, you know, supernatural way to, like, these people that are, like, I genuinely think it's Breaking Dawn Part 2, and especially with that, the last battle being a trick, I think there's going to be some version of that with the number of people who can, like, manipulate reality who, like, might be involved. So just putting it out there. Okay. I think if we think about it like Breaking Dawn Part 2,
that is so funny, bro. That is actually like, honestly, watch the space. Let's clip that, and then in 6 months when it comes out, we can come back and say that you knew about it before.
I knew about it for everybody.
You saw the
and you know what I'll be saying? I'll be like, and I'll be on here being like, the Russos just ripped Breaking Dawn Part 2. Those untalented fuckers. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna have.
If I
locked and loaded
to see it, because now I'm freaking stressed out that this is like between Dune and Doomsday. Like,
wait, doesn't it release in December?
Yeah, December 18th.
Just watch it in Houston.
I'm not going.
To dox you. Oh, right.
I'm going to my wedding.
You're going straight. Okay, never mind. I'm going to Houston first, so I think I'm going to watch it in Houston.
Yeah, that's smart. I'm going to have to fight a battle of a lifetime to get tickets to see Dune and Doomsday. Because Reddit's obviously a Dune head, so he cares more about Dune, and I care more about Doomsday, so we're going to both see both of them.
Right.
So I need to see both of them on, like, the 18th when they both come out. Also, did you know that Dune's only releasing in IMAX and Doomsday is not in any IMAX because Dune booked all the IMAXs? The same story with Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Bro, what the fuck are we doing? Literally, what?
God forbid I want to watch a Marvel movie in IMAX and Disney can't get, like, Disney.
If Disney can't do it, Disney can't do it. Disney can't do it. What hope does anyone else have?
Like, how are these other people beating y'all? It's because y'all go to reshoots on every damn project you do. You have no idea.
Well, because they have 85 principal characters. They have to reshoot it for a year.
Yeah, so you don't know when you're releasing.
And it's the fucking Russos, and they didn't even know what the fucking movie was when they started shooting that. Be so fucking for real. That none of the actors knew what was going on. None of the directors knew what was going on. No one knew what was going on when they were shooting it the first time. So, like, you know.
It's like, if y'all could get your life together and cleanly plan out your movie and produce it, you might be able to book the theaters when the IMAXs are still open, and I could watch your movie in IMAX.
Bro, the Russo brothers, they're gonna ruin this shit. It was never gonna be good. Baby, there is no plane. It was never gonna be good.
Okay, but that being said, in 6 months when I'm up on the Zest, I'm like, that was generational, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing. I'm gonna pre-apologize for when my Stan brain kicks in on December 19th, and I'm like, we gotta watch it 6 times, and I'm so obsessed, and like, blah,
so
blah.
Good. Oh my god.
Just remember that I already apologized about that. That's just like the way I get those ensemble fight scenes start, and my brain just turns off. I'm 14 again. It's like,
because it's
real
so
bad.
good. And I saw this,
even for a week later, I'll be like, you know what? It's good to see Steve again. And then in 6 months after that, I'll be like, hey, fuck that shit. Like, that was horrible.
The time travel in Endgame is abysmal, and it doesn't apply to the laws of time travel. But I am
going to watch it 6 times.
Yeah. No. But what's really funny is, like, I was watching this TikTok that was like the Russos just make, like, CGI slop, because when you look at that final fight, it's all just like brown, like it's all brown, brown, and it's true.
They love CGI
slop. Brown, like, and I'm like, that being said, like, I watched Endgame again 2 nights ago, and when the fight scene was on, I was like, yes, like, oh my god, and then Peter Parker's gonna come in through the Doctor Strange portal. Like, I'm like dying, and then I'm watching that TikTok. Like, you're right. It all is CGI slop. No, in the moment, it does what it needs to do.
The thing is, the Russo brothers have the easiest job because they're pulling on all the emotional threads that other people already wrote and produced and made for them. Like, they don't have to direct Tom Holland well in that.
Because he knows how to be Peter.
Yeah. He knows how to be fucking Peter, and we've already got the emotional attachment to him. We are already connected to him. Like, they have such a small job to do, and they don't even do that well. Like, genuinely. That is my... They put all these characters that we already love for other reasons together, and it turns that part of our brain on where we're just like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that's what ends up happening. They could literally show us anything. Like,
they just put them out. They just stand them all on different pieces of rock and like hope for the best. Like, yeah, literally. Genuinely, that's all they do.
Flips and things.
Yeah, that's why they need RDJ back, because they were like, this is the only guy.
Who's gonna do the clips?
Who's gonna fucking clip farm in this movie?
Yeah. Oh lordy.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. But again, if I say it's good, I never said I was a critic.
Yeah. No.
This is fangirl echo chamber.
Not critical thinking and analysis.
So we have never claimed to do that. If you were looking for that, I don't know why.
I don't know why you're here, and I don't know why you stayed for an hour and a half. Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah. Can I talk about One Night Only for like?
Yes. Let's talk about. I've seen One Night Only tonight, so no spoilers.
Nice. Okay, no spoilers. I watched One Night Only yesterday. My friend Lean has been raving about it, and so I knew I wanted to watch it. And I've had this thing for the last 2 years where I've just been like, I need a romance movie with a good fucking script. Like, I honestly, like, I need it in a way, like, to prove that it's possible. Like, I was, like, starting to wonder if it was actually possible to have a romance movie with a good script. Like, it seemed like maybe something we would never experience again. And I feel like I'm, like, almost gassing this movie up too much, but because of, like, everything else being so shit recently. So shit in a diabolically horrendous way. But it was so good. I loved it. I thought it was funny. I thought the hijinks were good. I thought it, like, how, like, the actors are hot. Like, the premise is entertaining. It felt just enough politically in tune with, like, where the world is at. Like, it was very New York. There was a scene in White Rose Tavern, which, like, our friend used to work at. I don't know if you know this. I'm not gonna dox them, but, like, and it was just, like, it was a fun movie to watch in theaters. Like, I was happy.
Okay, so like,
it made me
that's
smile.
Exciting because everyone online is like hating on it and saying it's like the worst and like a joke and blah blah blah. It's like, you can't get mad at the premise because you knew the premise going
you knew the
into
premise.
The movie. So you can't be like, oh well, the premise sucks. Like, no, then you shouldn't have seen it.
Here's the thing. I think it's also a misunderstanding of genre. Like, more than anything, this happens over and over and over again, I feel like, where people are like, the premise is bad, whatever. Okay, so this is not a dystopian movie. This is a romance movie. So, like, with romances, when there's a premise like that, and we would call it magical realism in some cases, where it's like, when there's like a fantastical element to it, like something that requires like this is not scientifically possible or something. But, like, for this is like a dystopian element, but it's not a dystopian. Like, it's not a realistic fiction of like what would actually happen. It's a romance movie with this plot premise, right? That is like dystopian in nature. It's not true. It's not our lived reality, but it does make the romance more interesting. That's the only thing it serves. It's not to be realistic or to like really delve into the politics of it. It's to just present a new premise it's a plot device for the romance. And I think for that, it served a really good purpose, you know? Like, yeah. And that's all it really is. Like, I'm not... It's like when a romance movie has time travel in it.
Yeah,
like, okay,
time travel's there, but it's not a time travel movie.
I'm not fucking getting into the fucking like nitty gritty of how it's possible or whatever. It's just the device.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
Totally.
So, I thought it was great.
Okay,
I think what's his name is really hot.
Callum Turner.
Years. Yeah, Callum Turner is
Mr.
so hot.
Dua Lipa.
Dude, they're so hot.
Yeah.
I love.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like diabolical. Like. Like. And I think what's her name? Oh my god, I'm like I should have looked at
Monica Barbaro.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, so beautiful. Also, there's so many people in that movie I did not realize were in that movie. I'm not even gonna spoil it because I feel like you didn't see that, and they're like more cameos. But like, great cast.
Okay, I will
stunning
watch
cast
and let you know.
Okay, it felt very like what you think New York was like would be like when you were a kid too. It's like,
yeah,
it feels like like a New York romance movie when you were a teenager, like what that felt like. It felt very that.
Okay, that's cute. Know?
Yeah,
okay. Good to know.
I feel like I'm talking it up a lot, so hopefully you actually like it. But I feel like I feel like I just genuinely I needed a good fucking script. Like, I didn't need an Academy Award winning script. I needed like
just something
this
good.
Made me laugh. It didn't make me cringe. It felt romantic. The chemistry was good. I was invested. Like, I wanted them together so bad. That doesn't happen that often, honestly.
Yeah, because like you watch a movie like Materialists, and you're like, I actually don't want anyone to get together.
Oh my god! Never speak to each other again. Like,
that was horrible. I actually won't start on the Materialist because that shit pissed me off.
If we had this podcast when the Materialists come out, I think we would have talked about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, because I'm so mad still. Actually, let me leave it behind. We shouldn't talk about it. Okay, moving on. So the next thing on my list is My Life with the Walter Boys. Do you watch the show?
I have saved myself from that.
Okay, well, I'll keep it quick.
Yeah.
So My Life with the Walter Boys, do you know the context or the premise?
I know
of
the
it?
context and the premise. Okay. Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
So, but do you know that it's a Percy Jackson and Austin and Allie fanfic?
What?
Okay, so the premise.
Wait. Who's Percy? Who's Austin and Allie?
Let me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So Jackie, our main character, is a rich girl from New York, lived on the Upper West Side, and like went to private school and stuff. And then her parents and her sister die, and then her parents, in their will, place her guardianship with Donna from Suits. I don't know her name in the show, but she's Donna from Suits, right. Who was the mom's best friend in college. And Donna from Suits lives in this small farm town in Colorado, and she has 11 kids. She has like 5 or 6 children that are her own, and then 2 cousins of those children that also live in the house because their mom is like not a suitable mom, and then also takes Jackie in. So that's why it's called My Life with the Walter Boys, because there's 500 bajillion of them.
Right.
And there is a brother named Cole, and he's blonde, and he is based off of Austin Moon from Austin and Allie. And then there's a brother called Alex, and he is based off of Percy Jackson. And that was the fanfic, is she was trying to choose between Percy and Austin Moon. Now, of course, any elements that are related to Percy Jackson and Austin Moon have been removed, other than the blonde hair, and Percy Jackson's hair is brown, which is so funny. But that's just a valuable part of the backstory that I think is relevant. That being said,
so now suddenly I'm like,
should I watch it?
I love a girl, yeah. I just like love getting lore like that. Like, that's so fucking funny.
But yeah, so the show is a ripoff of The Summer I Turned Pretty, in that she's deciding between brothers, and she's like flip-flopping. In season 3 now, she has broken up with Percy Jackson and is now with Austin Moon. Right. And Donna from Suits is like, hey, it's a little weird to be all of dating age and just dating each other. And I'm like, thank you for actually acknowledging that it's weird. These types of shows really need an adult to be in there. Like, what are y'all doing?
This is not what Susanna would have wanted.
No, Susanna would have been like, oh, fun. No.
Yeah.
This is how a parent should react when there's one girl who also lives in their house who's dating 2 of the boys, or like, I don't even know what. But
like, there's
all
other
that
people.
Is to say,
get out there.
Yeah. And then what happens is the show is really bad, but then you keep watching it because they keep doing these like like in my mind, like Grey's Anatomy style plot twists and turns where like the episode will end and like someone now is in the hospital and someone now has gone off their meds and blah blah blah, like, and there's so many characters that it's really hard to like keep track. And now I'm upset because I thought I would be done with the show, and then I finished the show and it's on a cliffhanger, so unfortunately I will be returning for season 4.
And they get you like that.
Yeah.
So someone's in a coma at the end of the season.
Yeah, always some shit like that. Always some shit like that. Anyways, moving on to the next teeny bopper romance novel show to be discussed. Sterling Point. I started watching that. Are you watching this?
No, I'm behind. I keep getting clips of it on TikTok, but I have not watched it. And I don't even know if I know the TikTok, premise.
But not watching it.
Yes, exactly.
The premise is that there's this girl and she's also rich and from New York, but she lives in a townhouse in Brooklyn. Right. And her maternal grandfather passes away and leaves them a letter that they own some land in Canada, in Muskoka, and it's called Sterling Point. And so she goes to Sterling Point to learn more about her mom.
Okay. I didn't know any of that from TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw that. That's what I learned from the first episode.
Is it good? Because I feel like people are like, it's good.
It's actually, like, so Walter Boys is, like, the typical, like, Netflix slop, but Sterling Point is actually, like, really good, and there's, like, some, like, I wouldn't call it, like, a mystery, but, like, she's, like, learning about her family, right? Like
a plot.
Yeah, there's, like, a plot, and I'm, like, actually invested, so.
Okay. I might watch that, because I feel like what I watching it. Okay, I feel like what I saw, I was like, oh, I'd be, like, intrigued, at least, like, want to watch it. The Walter Boys, I'm like, if everyone could just tell me what's going on, that's, like, where I'll be. That's, like, what I'm watching.
Well, the Walter Boys, I'll tell you, I watched all of season 3. I was sitting on my couch, listening to the show while playing 2048.
Right. but, like, everyone needs a show like that.
And for the first time in my life, I actually got to 2048. Wow. I was like, oh shit! Right?
Thank you to the Walter Boys.
I was like, I was locked in, bro.
I think we all need a show like that where we're like, it's fine if I'm not watching it.
Yeah, like I couldn't look at their faces.
I'm watching Summer House right now, and I don't even pause it when I get up to go to the bathroom.
And the thing about Bravo is that they'll put the scene on before the commercial break and after the commercial break, and then they re-edit it like 4 different times.
Summer House,
it's like, actually, I can't every time with the same lines.
It's in the teaser at the end of the last episode. It's in the teaser at the beginning of the episode. And then you have to watch the conversation 4 fucking times because they're editing it, like you said. I'm like, oh my god,
get to the point.
Get to the fucking point.
It's so irritating, and like. I'm watching Next Gen NYC.
Oh my god!
I don't know why I'm watching that, but I am. Well, I love Amira.
It automatically plays like every day for me. And
I love Amira. That's my queen, and I watch her. So the reason I started,
she's the one with like the straight black hair.
Yeah, and she's the makeup creator. Like she's the beauty creator.
Yeah,
but like I watched her on TikTok, and that's how I found out like she was on the show. Because I watch her actual makeup tutorials and like I love them, and like I actually do my blush the way that she tells me to do my like it's like that serious for me. So that's why I started watching it. And they do the same thing, and I'm like, how many episodes? And the thing is they're not as interesting as literally any other Bravo show. But here I am still watching it, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. Like they're still fighting about this stupid thing, and then like I don't even know what's happening. Yeah. I don't know why, but I love Amira, so I will keep watching it for her.
Well, that's the thing about Summer House. I started, like, I watched the most recent seasons, a couple seasons with, like, all the Sierra and West stuff. And then I was like, when the Amanda stuff was happening, I was like, I need to go back and, like, watch the lore. Like, I've seen all the clips on TikTok. I've seen all the edits, like, whatever, but I need to, like, see the source material. I started from season 1. I think I've maybe mentioned this before. I really get freaked out by adult twins. Like I think they're like the population I discriminate against the most. Like I'm gonna be so real. Like I think like I know I have friends who are twins, like whatever, but like I'm just like, if you are like a adult and you guys still dye your hair the same way, cut your hair the same way, dress similarly, can't be without each other, don't have independent friend groups, it freaks me out bad. Like, it really, really freaks me out. And there's a pair of an adult twins that they call the Workus twins on season 1, and they freaked me out really bad, and they were psychotic, and I was just like, I can't. I can't fucking watch it. And the first three seasons, Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Berner are not on them. Oh no, it's season 2. Season 1 and 2, they're not on them. So why am I watching this shit? You know what I mean? Like, I just
why are you watching from season 1?
Well, then I skipped it.
Me to start watching it. Yeah, most people are like start from like season 3 or 4.
So I skipped. I was trying to watch season 1. I could not get through it. So I was trying to watch it for Amanda lore, and you start seeing Amanda on season 1. So that's why I was like, I'll start it on season 1. But I just skipped to 3, and like, it's so much more entertaining immediately because Hannah and Paige, like, I love those bitches. Like, they are so funny. I'm listening to Giggly Squad right now like it's my job. Like, I'm unpacking my house, and Paige and Hannah are in my ear the entire time. Like, literally, like, I'm in there with them. So shout out to them. They're what keeps me going. So, but I walk away when everyone else is talking.
Yeah. That's funny.
Whenever Kyle and Amanda start, I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's done. Shall we move on to what we're unsubscribing to this week?
Yeah, I have one, like, I'm mentally checked out of and unsubscribing from our cultural fixation on quote unquote true crime. I think it is so fucked up. I've been saying this for a long time, but I think in the last 2 years, the two things that have really convinced me that true crime has gotten this like chokehold on particularly women of a certain age in a way, it were the Idaho 4 case and the Lindsey Clancy case, which I don't know if you know either of these two.
I don't know anything because I don't know any true crime because I get scared.
I'm actually so happy that you don't know anything about these two because I don't think that we should. Like, again, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The Idaho 4 case was really awful. It was 4 college kids in Idaho who were murdered in their house by this guy. Horrible. And he worked at their school. He had clearly been stalking them. It was awful. And I'm sorry to say this, like, to expose you to this, but I'm talking about like the effects of it. It was like very followed. People were listening to podcasts and watching the case live and like watching the court case of his sentencing, like live from their houses, like, you know, whatever. They were watching the recreations of how the crime happened and whatever. But the biggest thing that I think happened with that for me was that there was 2 roommates in their house who survived. Okay. Horrifying. They were in the house. Scary. Like, I feel so bad for these girls. Like, I could like cry thinking about it because the worst thing that happened is that because they survived, the quote unquote true crime community said that they were part of it, that they were in on it. Do you know how horrifying that is? To survive like your friends dying and then like the world.
Everyone's acting like you're the murderer.
And like the true crime community or whatever really is like all about like we're seeking justice. I'm like, no, you're horrible people who are fixating on the worst days of like a lot of people's lives and ruining their lives further as if they don't have like PTSD, trauma, like all these things. They go through this thing, they're speaking in court. It's just like horrible. Like the fact that it's been like 2 years now, I think, and like people still are like, you can't convince me they weren't a part of it. Hey, so you're a terrible, horrible, awful person.
Oh, it's been 2 years?
I think
and these people are stuck on it. Not the people who are living it, but like the people who are like
randoms because they watch shit on TikTok. And so like it's re-happening right now with the Lindsey Clancy case. And like I'm actually surprised you haven't heard about this. It's these things are so brutal. I'm sorry I'm bringing them up, honestly, but like I'm sorry. It's just like genuinely so many people are talking about it. Like this has come up like with my family, like I don't know, like it's because I think it's because women of a certain age are like very invested in true crime. And it's this this sounds really bad. This is really horrible. I'm so sorry. It's this woman in Massachusetts. I'm not even laughing. I'm just like, sorry, they're bringing it up. A woman in Massachusetts who was experiencing what we think is postpartum psychosis and killed all 3 of her kids.
Bro. Horrible.
horrible, 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 horrible. And like the question in the case is not whether or not she's guilty. Like her lawyer is not arguing that she didn't do it. Her lawyer is arguing that she was failed by multiple medical systems, that she was like experiencing like psychosis, and no one was like saying, hey, you shouldn't be alone with your kids, or you shouldn't be the primary caretaker even though you're experiencing all these things. And like, so her husband is like at the center of the case because he was the other person who was like in this situation with her or whatever. He's the one who found them. He's the one, like, you know, all this stuff. And women on TikTok, I'm sorry to say women, but it does feel like it's primarily white women of a certain age, are like, no, she didn't kill them. He did it, and he framed her.
Bro, and again, that's all you can say. Because what?
The thing is like I do think that, like, literally what I do think that there's like something with this case where it's like the defense is trying to poke holes in the prosecution's argument. That's their job. It's their job of the defense to poke holes. They need to poke so many holes that the jury can't say without a reasonable doubt Lindsey Clancy is guilty of this. Yeah. So that means that they need to poke every hole imaginable. That's their job. That does not mean that they're putting her husband on trial. They're saying that they're trying to poke holes in the argument so that she doesn't go to jail for the rest of her life for something that might have been a mental health episode, right? Like, yeah. And like it, instead of, I think the lesson in this is like women in the United States are at their like are put into harm's way, and their children are put into harm's way when we're not treating like women's health, reproductive health, postpartum depression, psychosis, like, anxiety, all these very as seriously as they should be treated. And also with the structure in the United States being that you have to go to work immediately, you're alone with your kids, you're so isolated, like at one of the emotional lowest points of your life, like documented medical issue that you could have postpartum psychosis, and she was failed at every opportunity because of like all these structures and institutions in the United States. Like that's what I think we should actually be getting at, is like the health of mothers everywhere are threatened, and therefore their kids are threatened by this construct. And it's like also like women's labor, like the fact that she's like completely responsible for all these children and like worried about getting pregnant again and like all this stuff. Like I think that there is lessons in this, and like that we should be paying attention to it instead of people like getting at like the bigger issue that I think like the idea that like this could be you. They're lying. A mother would never do this, so then therefore ignoring the actual mental health aspect of it. He must be framing her, and they're spinning stories online. Like it is actually like wild. And like I will say, he did get remarried very quickly. Like all the things. His new wife looks exactly like her. But the thing is, he can be a dick and an awful. He could be a terrible person and not be a killer. Yeah. But my point is that I'm mentally checked out of true crime because, and I have been like, I have always felt like true crime is very like propaganda bullshit most of the time. But I think those two cases where like the people who are in it, who experience the horrors of it, are actually so put at harm by the online community becoming, this is my full-time job. Like when I tell you there are accounts on TikTok who are farming engagement by live streaming the cases and commenting on it all day because they're in court right now.
Oh, they're doing that with Taylor Frankie Paul too.
Yes, very similarly, and making like, it about
like what all that stuff. And I think that's just gone like way too far.
It's so far, like, and it's
why
really,
are
like,
you as a person in a day-to-day life like watching court cases for fun?
Well, I also just don't think that these things are pop culture. Like they're treating it like pop culture,
it's not
and I'm
for
like,
your entertainment.
This is not for your entertainment. These are real people's lives. The most horrible aspects of like people's lives, like genuinely, like the worst that this could be. And like also, you're not helping the women in these cases by acting like you're some sleuth. Yeah. And I also want to say, it's like, I think a lot of people are like, trust the cops. I don't trust the cops. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, oh, the cops are always right. They're often wrong. They often don't do their jobs. They often like put people in harm's way. I'm just saying you're actually more of a cop. Yeah. doing this than you helping any of these people. And you're actually, a lot of the times, putting victims of situations in even more danger by acting. Like, I cannot stop thinking about those girls in the Idaho 4 case that are, like, literally, like, dealing with their friends and, like, trying to recover from this horrific episode of lives, losing people that they love, and then being blamed for it. Like, just awful shit. Like, the internet can be an awful place. And so I'm just like, I on TikTok, I get so much true crime stuff, and I'm really trying to be like, no, like because I just think that whole spiral of, like, people, like, genuinely get so much engagement for true crime, and I think that's also what people aren't seeing, is that, like, these people might not even care about this.
Yeah, they
genuinely
just want
that
the
are
views.
posting about it. They just want the views, and they're capitalizing on your attention span, and maybe you care about Lindsey, or you care about women who are experiencing this thing, and so maybe you even genuinely are, like, in this and like paying attention because you care about, like, how people treat women with postpartum psychosis. But the people who are benefiting from this are not Lindsey, by you doing this. So anyways, I just want to say that it's a kind of a serious one, but I'm so done with it. Like, I'm so done with it.
That's gotta stop.
And the Netflix documentaries have to stop. The Who, like, it's just like,
yes, oh my god, like, put it to rest.
Genuinely. Like
it can't. I'm mentally checking out of Cat's Eye. Yeah. Because unfortunately, the characters, I was about to say, the members are mentally checking out. Like, now 2 of the 6 are not in the group, so why should I be invested in the group if 1/3 of them are not? Second of all, the music is just getting worse and worse. Like,
I thought a tweet today that was like, the worst Cat's Eye song is always the next one.
Yeah, it is. It's always the whatever's about to come out, because honestly, I thought they kind of got on a good track with the Animal one, but the Animal one just sounds like Cat's Eye is singing an Ed Sheeran song, because it is so sonically and, like, lyrically Ed Sheeran, which is fine. I mean, like, other people have, like, taken Ed Sheeran written songs, like, he's also a songwriter, but it's just like they kept in, like, his little humming that he does, you know? And so it's like, you know what I mean? And then, like, that is just so Ed Sheeran, so it's like, it sounds like Cat's Eye singing an Ed Sheeran song, but I thought that song was okay. And then they just released, like, this song that's, like, another, like, gnarly pinky up slop lyric song.
I watched that. I watched the music video for that.
Yeah, but it has, like, a baile funk beat, and honestly, the beat is fire. Like, it's good. Yeah. But it just does not make sense. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to expect from this group, but why is it all mid? Like, instead of trying to be, like, the jack of all trades, master of none, maybe just try making one song that's good.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Just pick one. Like, if you think that the people are really liking Game Boy or they're really liking Touch, why not just stick with that sound? But, like, gnarly cannot be your sound, because it isn't a sound. There's no singing. It's just noises.
And I also think that with gnarly, like, I don't know, gnarly comes on in a club, I'm dancing, I know it, like, you know, whatever. But if you try to recreate that energy over and over again, I don't think,
it's not, like, not every single one of your songs can do that, and it just doesn't match. It doesn't match the experience that a lot of people who watched Popstar Academy, like, saw them go through this whole endeavor to become really great, strong singers and strong dancers, and also, like, provide visuals, and then you kind of send them into this graveyard of, like, just music that's not good. Because at the end of the day, right now, it just feels like they exist to be in brand collaborations.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, if you're just going, like, if you as a group are just a marketing farm for bookings, like, you're no more than an influencer.
Yeah.
But you want to be taken seriously as artists that actually get nominated for Grammys. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it feels like a total overhaul. It also, I'm also just like, are y'all gonna last?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, like, now you're down 2 members, and then, like, I saw them perform where they only had 3 members, because, like, they keep getting sick and stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if y'all just took some time away and really figured out your song and all rested and like got it together, like this would probably be better for you.
It feels like they want to keep producing things because they're trying to hold on to the minute level of fame. Or not. Yeah. I mean, there was a moment where like I feel like they were, you know, like everyone knew who they were. Like they're trying to hold on to that, and I think that, like you said, in actuality, if they took some time and they came back and it was good, we would react more to that.
Yeah, it would be way better. So that's who I am mentally checked out of. But yeah, that's everything that I had in my notes for this week. Slay. Okay, well, thanks for listening. We're at under 2 hours today, which is fab. Wow. So concise. Yeah. Wow. We're really editing. Well, we did talk for 20 minutes before this podcast. Yeah, so that's true. That's true. And then we're like, okay, let's just save it for the recording. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time. When that is, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. You'll find out. Okay. Bye, cool. Y'all. Bye.